Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next episode review of the Heretical Last Boss Queen, and episode 2. And if you're wondering why, that's the fan I have it on high because it's so hot. So once again, I'm telling you, it's that noise is the fan. But by episode 2 of Last Boss Queen, I really enjoyed it. I think it's a slight way different. I would say it's a little bit. I would say it's different from the other Otome anime series of, like I said, of My Next Life as a Villainous. I mean, I would say right now that Pride, how she really was in the game before our girl from the previous life was reborn as her. She was just such much more evil than Katarina Clay's was. I mean, yeah, in the first episode we saw how he made her new stepbrother Stale ordered him to kill his own mother. And here at the start of it, again, we go more into that. It's like he's walking by himself, all bloodied up with a bloody knife. After he just did it. After he kills his mother on her order, and she's just standing there looking all pleased with herself, and it's like, and he's asking, and crying, he's like, why did you make me kill my own mother? What did she do to you, and her coldest answer you can be is like, oh, I thought it'd be just fun. It would be just fun to do that. I'm like, yeah, she's just much more evil than Katarina Clay's was. Katarina Clay's, she was just a bully in the Otome game. She was, but here she's just straight out more evil. So, this is more of Stale's episode because he's learning. We more with Pride now that how her family in this episode, like especially when her mom brings in her new sister, right, and same even to her father, that even her personality has changed, which should be a blessing. I think they say that her ability has awakened, hence why the personality changed from being being a rude, spoiled little princess, being a kind and caring child, right? So they say it's a blessing in disguise, basically. And even Slade's been trying to get his mind around, that why does she look so afraid? Because when she told her last episode that if I become the most deplorable queen, the lowest of low for a queen, right? I want you to kill me. So now he's thinking, how does he fathom that? Why is she so afraid of that? But so he'll do what he can to protect her, and vice versa, right? So, and then he gets a letter from his mom, his real mom, that's saying that she's doing fine. And I think they can say he can only send a letter to her only once a year, and I guess she can do it once a month. So he's really happy that his mother's doing fine, and so. And then he overhears the chancellor Gilbert, who was the guy with the blue hair that was the assistant to the king. I would say they say prince, but I would say king though, because king, queen, I'll just make it simple. King, his assistant, which I was at first when I first saw a glance of him the first episode. Maybe he'll be like a shady character, and this episode just confirms it, which I was right, honestly, actually, because he hears him in the distance, right? So he uses his teleportation. Stale does. He uses his teleportation to go and hide behind the bush to hear what he's talking about, and he hears that he's just to these other guys that he's trash talking the Princess Pride, saying how she's a selfish, she's this and that, right, and talking a whole lot of smack to her, and Stale's like, why does he say all stuff like this, and they kept like, he would like to say something though, but I think he says he'll just wait on it, and he has to do a much more in a much more creative, fundamental way to do that, right? So he teleports back, and he's gonna educate himself, talk like a proper man, basically, like proper dinner table manners. And then when it comes to on the day, like I said, he'll do what he can to be a brother and protect Pride, right? And so, I mean, he's already because now it's because at this time it's a month since he's been there now. And so now comes the day of the birthday of Tiara, which they're Pride and Stale's new sister. When their mother comes home, Pride's mother comes home with her, and it's a big birthday party. And they see that the crowd are amazed to see how polite both Pride and Stale are, as they're both see how properly mannered they are, and especially in Pride, because, like I said, personality change because of being reborn, and as this is, they're all amazed to see how properly mannered she is, and then the mother is praising her to the crowds, like she'll be the greatest queen, the next heir to the throne, the next queen, and she'll be the best queen. She'll precede me. What he said, which is she'll precede me as the next best queen. And then we introduced to their new sister, Tiara, and she's as adorable, cute as everyone is saying. Even Pride is saying how adorable and cute she is. And proper greetings, cute greetings, you'd say, and we see all three of them holding each other's hands, saying we'll be more than just a family. We will protect each other, right? And also, that was a very funny thing that with Stale, because now they come and talk to Gilbert, and how he taught himself to talk properly, right? Like a gentleman or more, but kind of like talking talking like Gilbert. Stale is, and saying, "Oh, what a when Gilbert said, 'Oh, what a shame,' basically to a Pride," and then Stale intervenes and saying, "Oh, what do you mean by a shame?" And he was just talking basically the same way like Gilbert did, and Tiara and Pride, they're like, Pride was like, "Oh, wait, did he start talking more like basically more manly in a way?" And he's like, "Oh, he's intensely scary." Well, because he considered he overheard, what he was that Tim was talking trash to about Pride, so he wants to, just kind of like a little bit throw like that back in his face and just defend Pride and protecting her. So that was like to him, he was just talking like a boss already, But yeah, but it was the three of them. I would say it was that I'm just being as good siblings as a family, And then it's like a sweet thing, because we hear of our person as saying wherever the Atomic Games, because it'll be 10 years when she due to her bit of a knowledge of the Atomic Games that she plays, right? She'll have to be ready in 10 years when she's a teenager and ready to face what happens in the game. It's kind of like similar like in My Next Life as a Villainous with Katarina Clays, right? She has to wait on that day on her impending doom and avoid all the doom flags. Same here, right? 10 years, she'll have to be careful when it comes, right, for basically, all the doom flags that's going to happen, right? So, and then we see after the credits, she remembers the thoughts of remember her thoughts of her, with being with of her mother telling her that she'll be the next heir to the queen and she'll be a great queen and all that. So she's just telling herself that she has to make sure do whatever she can, to try not to be the person that in her Tome game character is supposed to be. She'll try her best not to be selfish, evil, and all that stuff. So, because also not do anything to TR, because in the game, the Atoma game, TR is the protagonist of the game. So make sure not to treat her good, not evil, the same way. And the same thing with Stale as well. So basically, she's trying to do her best not to avoid the doom flags. But yeah, but episode 2, I'm really interested in, because like I said, I enjoyed my next life as a villainess. But this one I'm going to be enjoying too, because the thing is though, Pride her character is much more evil than Cateria Clay's is. Yeah, Cateria Clay is out in the game. The Tommy game, she just bullied Mary and all that, which also times lead to her doom, or either death or exile. But here, Pride is much more evil. I mean, he made her own adopted brother to kill his own mother for no reason, just for sheer pleasure, to see his reaction, just for the fun of it, right? She is much more evil than Cateria Clay is, hands down. So, but yeah, so Clay, I almost practically spit on my own computer screen. But yeah, but I'm enjoying the Last Boss Queen. Yeah, I would say it's a little more. I would say for that, some of those dark tones is much more than the lighthearted stuff in My Next Life as a Villainess. But I'm really enjoying it. So of this series, I'm glad I'm going to be reviewing this one. But yeah, that's episode 2 of Last Boss Queen. Like I said, found out just these siblings now are gonna try to protect and be a family and all that stuff. Yeah, I think it's gonna be another enjoyable series. I really enjoyed it, and I'm like how it was, like I said, with Last Boss. I mean, next Life as a Villainess, but I'm gonna enjoy this one even more. I'll probably say, gonna enjoy this even more than Next Life as Villainous. But yep. But anyway, that's that episode 2. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. I'll see you next time. Later.